Had a good practice today. Thought we got some good situational stuff done, at least, learned from some of the situational stuff today. But Jersey Scrimmage defense won 27-19. A lot lower scoring game than what it was in week one. And I always say this, offense will win the scrimmage if we don't turn the ball over. And they didn't turn the ball over until the last, series of the game, which was a 2-minute situation where, it was fourth down. They had to throw it up just to see if they could make a play. That was the only turnover of the game. So that's why it was so close. Obviously low scoring. I think there was 5 explosives on offense, but explosives were maybe 15, 16 yards. They weren't 62 yards. Okay, so defense did a heck of a job of eliminating the real big explosives, which was great. Thought it was a clean scrimmage. I got some winning grades for you, just like who played well. Again, we give them out winning grades. We give out average grades. We give out losing grades. I won't give you any losers, but there's obviously a few of all. But defensive line wise, Isaiah Neal had a winning grade. Linebacker wise, DeMarco Ward, Braylon Lovelace, Alex Sanford, and Jeremiah Marcelin had winning grades. 4 linebackers, and the linebackers looked really good. I mean, we'll be moving forward at linebacker. I can tell you that there won't be We'll look pretty good there. And then in the back end, Sean Lee, Zion Ferguson, and Shadarian Harrison had winning grades. And offensively, Mason Heinschel had a winning grade. Ryan Coretta, Boosie, Turner, and then Lavelle Wright had a good day. He's starting to get into his own as far as just coming back 100% healthy. We took him slow with him early, but he's starting to run like a big old horse. So, questions?
Are you more concerned that the offense only had 5 explosive plays, or encouraged that the defense only gave up?
As a head coach, I'm not concerned at all because I know what we're playing against. I think we're pretty talented on defense. I think we're more talented than we were a year ago. I think we're well coached. I think again, defense gave up explosives. They learned from the mistakes. We fixed it. We cleaned it up. We do a good job game planning and made it hard on the offense. Made them earn everything. But again, like I told you last week, it was like we had a chance to make plays and we didn't make any plays. And even on some of those explosives, we had a chance to make a play, didn't. So they learned from that, and it's all what you give. So I wasn't concerned at all about the offense. I thought they moved well, and again, punt's always a good play, not turning the ball over. And we have a chance to win the game if you play good defense and don't hurt ourselves on offense. So I wasn't concerned at all. As a head coach, I came out of both scrimmages happy. The first one, obviously explosives, but I knew those were correctable, and we fixed that like I thought. And then, the other day, just besides some, I think 5 illegal procedures on offense, which put us back behind the sticks and put you in 2nd and 15 or 1st and 15, not good. So those were some of the things that were drive killers. We had a 3rd down where tight end's got to turn it up the field. He's trying to make a play and doesn't get the 1st down. Things like that again we'll learn from. So I'm really optimistic based on that 10th practice and going into 11 with 4 to go here.
You mentioned more about the corrections that maybe, especially the secondary, that they made to limit the explosive plays.
Say it again now.
Corrections that the secondary made to limit explosive plays.
What about them?
Can you tell us more about that?
It's just being in a better position with your feet. I mean, it comes down to fundamentals and better eye control, all those things, and making a play on the ball. I mean, it just comes down to fundamentals. I mean, it's not, we didn't change the defense. We didn't change schemes. Maybe a different check here or there that was good, but, I wouldn't say schematically in the first scrimmage there was any real issues. It was really just, you're in position to make a play, cover them better technique, better fundamentals.
You mentioned Zion Ferguson a moment ago. He was someone who had a winning grade. Just what kind of spring has he had so far? And just you guys viewing him as someone who could earn a role for himself this fall?
Absolutely. I mean, those 3 guys I mentioned, him, Sean, and Shadarian, those are 3 corners that are doing really well. I tell you, Rayon's having a good spring as well. Didn't have a winning grade, but he's still learning it. When you look at Sean Lee and Zion and Drip, those guys all been here for at least a year or so, with Zion being the one for a year. But those younger guys are playing well as well, I think. I mean, we're happy with the way our secondary is playing right now. Even my man Kanye is playing well. He's getting better. He's just the adjustment of new defense, new level. He's got a chance to be a football player too.
What have you seen from Lavelle Wright this spring, and what did he do well on Saturday to earn that winning grade?
He understands our run game really well. I mean, obviously he's big and physical. You guys see how big he is. I mean, he gives us a different back, a different short yardage. Really every down back. But like when it comes down to short yardage, we're not going to be throwing 190 pounds up there. We're going to be throwing 225 pounds up in there, which I think will help our short yardage game as well. But he understands the offense. He's executing it. He's run similar plays, so he's got a good feel for it. So he's not just a young guy, freshman trying to learn how to, run our system, run our plays. Because it doesn't matter. I mean, we call him different things, but as far as just what he does and how he does it, he knows how to execute. He knows what his reads are, and he's a load in there.
You brought up the linebackers a couple times, and you seem to have some confidence in that group. I guess who's standing out there, and have those two transfers, have they kind of hit the ground a little bit more this week?
Yeah, they've hit the ground. I mean, they've been great all along. I mean, DeMarco Ward and the two new guys. We know about Braylon and Jeremiah. Obviously, he's still a little rusty, but he gets better every day. But DeMarco Ward and Alex Sanford are playing really good. I mean, really good. And there's for them to pick up our defense so quickly, that's probably the most impressive thing. I've watched Donovan McMillan transfer in here and play his first spring and still trying to figure out. But Joe Bowen's done a great job of getting them caught up to where we need to be. And I really like our linebacking core right now. And again, I didn't mention Lindsey, which we know he's good too. So I mean, he didn't have a winning grade, but he's good too. So we've got more depth than we had last year for sure. I mean, it's not even close. We had three really good linebackers last year, but after Jeremiah got hurt, we were kind of, what are we doing? So our depth at linebacker is much, much better.
You mentioned the turnover. Who forced the turnover, and can you just walk us through what happened?
The turnover, again, it was a fourth down at the end of the scrimmage. So, so it's again 27-19, and we went into a 2-minute drill, and the ones were up. And the offense, again, kind of a realistic 2-minute. We played the situation, but it was a 2-minute drill that we, make up the time on the clock and all that. But it was a 2-minute, and the offense would have had to score a touchdown and go for two to win it. And the defense played well in in our 2-minute package. And again, it was a fourth down Hail Mary pretty much. So he had to throw the ball. And him holding on to the ball and running the ball wouldn't help us anyway. So it's one of those turnovers you'll take. Last play of the game, you better throw it. I've seen quarterbacks take the ball in the last play of the game and 2-minute run out of bounds like they got another down. It's fourth down, and you gain 2 yards. That didn't help. Throw it. Maybe somebody will make a play. Maybe there's a PI. So that's what we're hoping for there.
What type of camp has Blue Hicks had?
Blue Hicks has had a good camp. There's a couple balls I wish he would have caught Saturday. He had a chance to make a big one. But Blues played well. Blues our best receiver right now.
With the offensive line, I noticed, Kendall Stanley's working more at left guard, and last year he kind of did guard, tackle, a little of everything. You think there's more of a comfort level for him just kind of being in one spot and kind of working there?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be ready to go play tackle, too. I mean, you got Natino at tackle, and Kendall's a great kid. First of all, he's got a smile on his face every day. I love him. He don't care if it's guard or tackle. The more we can keep it, the one position for him, the better we are. So, I mean, we're happy with what he's doing and the progress he's made at left guard.
I think Cade last week at some point mentioned that it's really helpful for the line to have BJ and Ryan, 2-year veteran Ryan, as seniors, and these guys going into their last year. But really, have you seen them kind of use that experience and get it improved in the way that you would hope to go into this year?
No doubt about it. I mean, those are two of our leaders on offense. They lead that right side. And Ryan Coretta, like I said, he's the only O-lineman that had winning grade Saturday. Ryan Coretta's really done a nice job taking over that center spot. Like, we're better there as well.
Which of the explosive plays stood out to you the most, and can you walk us through it?
Oh, God, there was nothing that explosive that, it wasn't one of those, whoa, geez. They were 15-yard explosives, so they weren't these gigantic ones. But none of them, to be honest with you. Actually, Boosie had a nice 15-yard run that he slithered through the line of scrimmage. I thought it was a heck of a run, and the hole was only about this big, and he split through the hole.
It was about this year. Last year at this time, we started hearing about Mason, and he was progressing pretty well. Have any of those two freshman quarterbacks kind of stood out to you?
They're like this. They're like a yo-yo right now, and it's a good question. Or like right now, just like who is our backup quarterback? I mean, I think any of them could go right now. I mean, right now, I don't know who our backup quarterback is going to be. So there's a major battle there for Jersey Scrimmage 3 here, spring game, to find out what those guys have. So they're all still learning. So it's a whole new, after Mason, it's, besides, Bo probably knows the offense better than anybody. But it's a four-way battle for that backup spot right now. That's a fact.
Piggybacking off of that question, is there any other freshmen that's having a camp sort of like Mason did last year, across the board, that's sort of really elevating themselves?
The Dylan Wester kid just, to me, just seems to be one of those guys, and Rodney Dunbar as well. But those two receivers, they've shown they're just so smooth. Like nothing gets them. I see him lining up. I see Dylan going in motion and just doing a lot of things that we ask our receivers to do, and he doesn't seem fazed by it. Those are two guys on offense. Defensively, Tony Forney, continues to impress, and I've been excited about him. I'm trying to think of anybody else on offense or defense. And again, I'm happy with our D tackles. Jeremiah Warren's done a nice job. Elite done a nice job. So I mean, there's our newcomers, whether they're freshmen or transfers. I'm happy. I think we got a heck of a class.
How much extra motivation do you think those young wide receivers have, knowing that there's not really a logjam on the depth chart, that these guys, if they perform in spring, if they keep up the momentum, they can see the field early?
No question about it. I think I think there's some excitement in there, but they just got to keep progressing. I don't think put it this way, that position, they all got egos, okay, and they all think they're the best. So, I don't think they are more excited that they could have Jared Wayne sitting out there with Jordan Addison sitting out there, and they would still think they're going to play anyway. So they all feel pretty good regardless of what that depth chart looks like.
Are you guys sneaking in a scrimmage before the Blue Bowl game?
No, we won't sneak one in. We'll go Thursday, give them Good Friday and Easter weekend, Happy Easter, and then we'll come back next week, and we'll have some live periods during practice. But no, the last one will be spring game.
Did you see improvements from Josh Guerriere from last week to this week?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, in the explosive game, Josh just keeps getting better, and he's going to be a really good free safety for us.
Has this spring felt any different, just with the elimination of the spring transfer portal window? Is that something that you prefer, that you were happy to see, and is it felt any different just knowing that isn't looming on the horizon once you guys wrap up?
I know, with that not looming on the horizon, I'm excited. It's what we wanted as coaches, and I think it's the right thing to do. You got your team together, but I don't see any difference in the way our kids act and carry themselves on a daily basis. It's the same as far as that goes. It just knows after spring ball, we can get an evaluation, but I don't see a difference in how our team acts, how they practice, which is a good thing. It was a good thing last year that I didn't feel like guys don't want to practice because I might transfer or whatever. I mean, shoot, I think after spring ball, the only guys that transferred are the guys we wanted to transfer, so that was good for us. But I'm happy with the one transfer portal window. We got to keep it that way.
Anything else?
Okay. All right.
Just knowing that Javon and Kavir would be on their way out after last season, and how did you approach this offseason and spring to make sure you were ready for your opportunity?
Pretty much, I made sure to go over the plays more to really know the system how they did. I pretty much just talked with Coach Sanders, Coach Barnett, see what my position is gonna be, and just looking forward to this year.
What are those conversations like? What did they tell you about it? Just kind of prepared.
Basically, just keeping up my stamina, playing hard. I mean, I don't really have much difference from last year, but I just stay consistent, continuing what I'm doing. Be a leader too.
Last year, did you mainly play at boundary safety?
Yeah, I play both, boundary or field, but mainly boundary
But now you're moving over
to field.
mainly.
Yes,
What's
sir.
just that been like working more so at field?
It's a lot of isolation, with the receivers. A lot of checks you got to get out to the corner and the linebacker, but you just got to be on the same page with them. I think everything's gonna be cool, turn out good as long as you're on the same page.
Do you feel that that position suits you better as a player?
Yeah, I think so, pretty much. Cause I run fast, so I think so.
What have you gained so far from Coach Barnett, just being a new voice with the program?
Being loud, a competitor. I gain a lot of knowledge from him. Matter of fact, I mean, he's a cool guy. He's up front with you. He knows how to talk, and he's very respectful. But I also gain what I can say, knowledge from him. As far as God wise, he be telling us his stories and how he came here now. But yeah.
Where do you feel like you've grown the most since the end of last season to now?
I think I've grown from probably communicating to my corners and my linebackers. Is that, and probably knowing the plays well, getting the checks out to the corners and linebackers.
Speaking of communication, how's it been working alongside Cruz in the backfield?
It's been good right now. It's been good, great. Me and Cruz is really close right now, so I think that communication or that bond is going to be something impactful this year.
Narducci mentioned that, getting into your role, that it might be one of the hardest jobs,
Yeah.
Going from going into your new role, really starting, being one of the top guys. Do you feel like that it's been a hard, transition?
I think it's been a smooth transition, matter of fact. I mean, I know who I am. I know what I got and my ability, God-given ability. But, yeah, I'm pretty cool, pretty smooth with the transition.
A year ago at this time, you were a freshman kind of making some noise. And
Yes, sir.
It kind of seems like Tony Forney and Deron Barksdale are making plays. What are you seeing from those guys?
They some hard-working guys. I'm not going to lie. I mean, they my guys, too. I mean, they young guys. I'm a young guy, too. But I got to put them in my path, I guess, like lead them by example. You feel me? So they some great guys, and you're gonna see them this year, impacting the team, and yeah, being great.
How the scrimmage go this past weekend? Looking at yourself individually, how do you feel like it went for you?
I feel like it went pretty smooth for the defense. Defense got the dub. So, personally, I think I could have did something better to make some calls or have a play better that I could have did. But maybe next time.
Who on the offense has been giving you a challenge, whether it's in practice or scrimmages?
Mason, really. To be a safety, you really gotta know what the QB eyes is at and what you think the QB gonna do. And Mason, he's been challenging this year. I mean, me and him be going at it, so it's good for us.
Any of the receivers standing out?
I'm gonna say Bryce Yates, Blue Hicks, who else? Dylan. Them boys standing out.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
What's camp been like so far for you?
It's been great. I've actually really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed learning the offense. It's been super challenging, but it's been an area that I've enjoyed getting to grow in. As well as I just like how much we are involved in the offense. It's really cool to line up at number 1, line up at number 3, get in motion. We're a move piece. Yeah, I enjoyed it all.
What's been the most challenging aspects of camp?
Man, yeah, learning the offense is pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, it's a lot, and it's kind of on a shorter time crunch usually. That's just how football is. But I really think that it's gonna transfer over to life in general, and I've enjoyed the challenge of getting to pick up things quickly, try and learn football. So yeah, it's been pretty great.
How different is the playbook from coming from UAB and your previous stops to now Power Force?
Well, it is extremely different. It's actually kind of funny because as I've kind of moved along, the tight end has had more of a responsibility in each offense that I've had. In junior college, we were more of an inline tight end team. We moved around a little bit. We were in motion some, but very rarely ever split out. And we weren't in the passing scheme that much. UAB, we were more involved in that. We got to do all sorts of stuff that you would typically see in offenses nowadays. But now in this offense, it's every responsibilities that you could think of for a football player. We're in pass pro. We're lining up at number 1, which is the most outside receiver, lining up at number 3. Sometimes we motion into the number 2 receiver. You have to know every single route and every concept. Things change based on motions. So this is the most involved offense I've been in so far.
Learning a new offense like that, I mean, how beneficial is it to have a guy like Mason kind of directing things?
It's great because sometimes when it comes to some concepts, you can kind of see the pieces in your head. There's kind of something a lot of the guys talk about, which is called dot theory, which is for things like a flood concept, there's a general idea of where the dots or the pieces are going to end up at the end of the play. But Mason, he's been super, super beneficial because, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Sometimes when I'm just guys, I don't know what is going on, I'll just kind of take a look back there and I'm like, hey Mason, what do I got here? He usually helps me out. So he's been a great help. All of the quarterbacks really have been awesome, and especially like Coach Turk, he's one of our tight ends coaches as well. He's been a huge help. He gives us a lot of like buzzwords to think about when learning new concepts, learning new run schemes, things like that. So yeah, all the older guys, Mason, quarterbacks, all the coaches, they've been phenomenal.
Important is route running, that kind of skills, that part of the game to your off season, to the spring camp. Give them things you haven't done a lot of that.
Yeah, no, that has been, I mean, that's been huge. That's been tremendous. Obviously, like, been trying to work on every aspect of my game, but route running has always been like a newer frontier for me coming out of, playing O-line in high school, going to junior college and being slightly involved in the passing game, and then now it's kind of grown. So now just kind of more and more has gotten put on my plate, which I'm so thankful for because I love running routes and I think I have a gift for it. So, it's been super important for me this offseason, just learning how to attack leverage. There's certain things that you can think about, like in certain coverages, okay, I might change this route a certain way, I might run it a different way. This is where the pocket is, like the zone where I might throttle down so I can stay in the pocket a bit longer so I can catch the ball. Things like that, those are super helpful, and it's honestly more of a reps thing than anything. It's not like you hear it one time and you got it. So yeah, learning to run against man coverage, that's great. Learning how to press leverage, learning how to find the spots in the zone, that's all things I've been kind of working on this offseason.
What's Brent Davis like as a coach? A guy with an interesting background, a coordinator at Army for a long time, maybe brings a bit of a different perspective to just the position, offenses in general. Just how's it been having a guy like that to just, I guess, pick his brain?
Yeah, I cannot sing Coach Davis's praise high enough. He has been one of the, hopefully I'm not blowing his head up too much, but he's been one of the greatest coaches I've ever been around. He super knowledgeable, and he is just a guy that you like to have around. He's got your back. He cares about us as men. His knowledge of the game is just unrivaled. Like, since he's learning the offense beside us, it's difficult for everybody, but he knows the game so well that he can kind of adjust on the fly. He's like, oh, I know what that is. It just called something different. Like, I know what that is. So he can coach it still. It's just kind of, we're all learning the names together. But he's been in every sort of offense imaginable, and he's super helpful just with run blocking, pass game, anything that you can think of. And he's super passionate about tight ends, and he's super passionate about us. So, I love Coach Davis. He's awesome.
Just speaking about your journey, I mean, you kind of mentioned a little bit. I mean, not a big recruit, switched positions, junior college, UAB. Now you're at Pitt. I mean, is it kind of surreal that, like 4 quick years, you're already in a place like this?
It is super duper surreal, man. Honestly, it's really funny to me because, I thank the Lord a lot just for the place that he's put me in, just because, like, you think about the problems that I have today are something that if I would have told myself in years past, he would have been elated. Like, he would have been like, oh my goodness, like, oh man, like today I'm like, oh man, like something like maybe dropping a ball. I'm like, dang man, I dropped the ball. I wish I made that play. I'll get it next time. I told myself that a couple years ago, like, oh my gosh, we got a ball thrown to us. Like let's go. So, it's just, it is super surreal. I wake up every day and I'm just super thankful that I'm here with these guys, living out my dream. I just can't believe that the Lord's blessed me this much. It's been incredible. I've really enjoyed being here in Pittsburgh.
Scrimmage has been going for you? Have you had any moments that you were really excited about?
Yeah, no, yes. I honestly, the first scrimmage, I was super excited about it. We ran a play. I was able to. It's something called a spot, but the play kind of broke down and the quarterback kind of fled the pocket. He was able to pass it to me for. I was in the flats, and I was near the sideline, but I was able to break a tackle, and I was able to. Run down the sideline. I was able to score a pretty long touchdown. I think it was something like 50 yards. It was super exciting for me. I couldn't even really show it on the field just because I was just like, man, this is just awesome. This is so much fun. But anyway, that kind of stood out to me more than anything this spring so far. Hopefully we can have more moments like that going forward, especially in the last scrimmage coming up here. So, but that's one I'd probably say.
Do you remember who was trying to tackle you?
No, honestly, and even if I did, I wouldn't probably like to say his name. Like that probably would not be cool. But yeah, no, unfortunately I don't.
Anything else? Thanks, all.
Appreciate you guys.